You found the perfect fixer-upper. The numbers are a home run. But there's one giant problem. Your bank just said no. So how do the pros actually buy these cash-flowing machines? This is Brick by Brick channel, where we help beginners build wealth through real estate, one brick at a time. All right, so let's get right into it. How do you buy a house that a traditional bank just refuses to touch? This is probably the single biggest hurdle that trips up new BRRRR investors. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you get the funding you need, even when the big banks walk away. So here's the deal. The whole issue boils down to one simple thing. What you, the investor, are trying to do and what a conventional bank is designed to do, well, they're two completely different things. You're just not speaking the same language. Now, pay close attention to this term on the slide, livable condition. To a bank, this is non-negotiable. It means a solid roof that doesn't leak, working plumbing, a modern electrical system. Basically, the place has to be move-in ready. For them, a property with any major issues is just a huge flashing red flag. And this is the crazy part, right? We're out there actively looking for properties that are beat up. The entire value we create comes from taking something that isn't livable and turning it into a fantastic home. We're literally buying the problem, but the bank, they only want to finance the finished solution. So you end up in this insane loop that just stops so many investors dead in their tracks. As you can see, you can't get the loan you need without doing the repairs, but you can't do the repairs without the loan. It really is. This is the wall that almost every new BRRRR investor hits, and it can be super frustrating. But here's the good news. There is absolutely a way around it. You just need a different set of tools. So instead of trying to bust through that wall, we're going to get smart. We're going to use a special set of keys to unlock the deal. Think of these as your short-term financing toolkit designed specifically for this job. And here they are. These are the big three on your tool belt: hard money, private money, and HELOCs. Each one is like a specialized key that's designed to open a very specific kind of lock. So let's quickly break down what each one is. First up, hard money. Think of this as your get-it-done-yesterday option. These lenders couldn't care less about what the property looks like right now. All they care about is what it will be worth after you work your magic. That's the after-repair value, or ARV. Next, private money. Now, this is all about your network. This isn't a faceless bank, it's an individual. Could be an uncle, a friend, coworker who trusts you and is looking for a better return on their savings. The best part? The terms are completely negotiable between the two of you. And finally, the HELOC. This is a potential secret weapon you might already have sitting in your back pocket. If you own a home and have some equity built up, you could have access to a powerful, low-cost line of credit that you can use like a credit card to go out and buy these deals. Okay, so you've got the tools, but which one do you actually use? Well, that all comes down to the true cost. So let's get into the real numbers, because this is where the rubber meets the road, and the right decision becomes crystal clear. Now, I know what you're probably thinking when you look at some of these options. A loan with an effective rate of, say, 24% a year? That sounds absolutely insane, right? It feels like a terrible deal. But just stay with me here, because context is everything. Sometimes the most expensive tool is the only one that can get the job done. Okay, take a look at this table. Your eyes probably went straight to that total cost column, didn't they? $9,000 for hard money. That's more than double what a private money loan or a HELOC costs. So why on earth would anyone use it? Two words: speed and access. When you've got no network and no home equity to tap into, hard money is often the only key that gets you in the door. You have to think of it as a temporary, expensive bridge to get you to the other side. This slide right here really boils it all down to the essential trade-off. Hard money buys you speed and access when you have no other options, but you definitely pay a premium for it. Private money and HELOCs are much, much cheaper, but they require you to bring something to the table first, either some great relationships or some existing equity in your home. So how do you apply all this to your specific situation? Enough theory. Let's make this super practical. We're going to build a simple action plan so you know exactly which tool to grab from the toolbox for your specific deal. This chart right here is your cheat sheet. Seriously, just find your situation on the left and it'll tell you your best bet on the right. If it's your very first deal, you don't have a network, no home equity, hard money is your starting point. If you own a home with some decent equity, a HELOC is almost always your cheapest and best option.
And of course, if you have that strong network we talked about, private money is the way to go.
Okay, but there's one last really important question we have to answer. All of these are short-term loans. We're talking 6 to 12 months max. So how in the world do you pay back a $100,000 loan that quickly?
This is the magic of the BRRRR method. The payback happens during that final R, the refinance. See, after you've fixed up the property, made it beautiful, and placed a happy tenant inside, the property is worth a whole lot more. You then go back to a traditional bank and get a brand new long-term mortgage based on that new higher value. And the cash you get from that loan is what you use to completely pay off your initial short-term loan. And just like that, you've closed the loop. So look, the bottom line is this. Funding a BRRRR deal isn't impossible, not by a long shot. It just requires a different approach, a different set of keys. You now have those keys. So the only question left is, which door will you unlock first? If you got value from this video, hit the like and subscribe, and keep building your real estate foundation brick by brick.
This video was sponsored by Riverside Realty.